Are we playing chess now? I make a move, and then you make a move to prove me wrong, to make me look bad. You world leaders, politicians watching me, namely President Trump, Prime Minister Netanyahu, not to forget President Putin as well. Because that's what just happened with the Israeli and Hamas hostage release situation. Because I was getting from the spirit of Winston Churchill that it won't happen. And well, that Netanyahu won't release all hostages or all the hostages. But then in the previous video, I was getting that Hamas was thinking about, and that's the key word here, thinking about releasing possibly 12 hostages. Maybe, give or take. That's what I said in my video that I posted on Saturday, I guess. And that was the intel coming through on that day, at that time, that Hamas wasn't ready to release all the hostages either, and maybe they might just release 12 hostages, maybe, give or take. And that's what I said in my previous video, because that was the information and intel coming through on that day at that time. But of course, things can change. Energy can change because we all have free will. So, things changed. Hamas has released all hostages. And I'm getting that Hamas did that in good faith. Now, Netanyahu has released all hostages and life sentence prisoners as well, and detainees. Why? Why? Because they're watching me. Netanyahu, Trump, Putin as well. They're watching me. And they released all hostages and prisoners because I said they won't. And so they did it just to prove me wrong and just to make me look bad in front of the other world leaders and politicians watching me, like UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, like the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS, like the Indian Prime Minister, Prime Minister Modi, etc. Oh, and I'm getting the French President, President Macron, Ukrainian President, President Zelensky. Anyway, they did it to prove me wrong. They did it to make me look bad in front of all these other world leaders and politicians who are watching me as well. They did it to discredit me and what I was saying and what we were saying. Because that information and intel was coming from the spirit of Winston Churchill and, of course, the Arcturians and God. But that was the energy and the thought process at that time. At the time I delivered that message, that information, that intel. But of course, as I said, Things can change. Energy can change. We have free will. People can change their minds within the next 24 hours, like Hamas did. They were thinking about only releasing some of the hostages when I delivered the message, when I posted my previous video. But of course, within the next 24 hours of that, they changed their minds. They changed their mind and they released all the hostages. In good faith is what I'm getting. And then, of course, Netanyahu released all the hostages and prisoners and detainees just to prove me wrong. Netanyahu and Trump, I'm getting. Both of them. Because, of course, they're both in it together. They released all hostages, prisoners, detainees just to prove me wrong. Just to make me look bad in front of the other world leaders and politicians watching me, whom I have just named as well. And just to discredit me. Oh well, actually, even if that's what they're doing to me. But the bottom line is that all the hostages, prisoners and detainees, men, women and children, have been freed. Which means even if they're trying to discredit me and make me look bad and trying to prove me wrong, but look at what that did in the end. It's actually worked out for the best for the hostages. Which means what? Which means that I'm already having an impact on these world leaders and these politicians like President Trump, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and President Putin as well. And I'll say why I'm mentioning and bringing in President Putin, but I'm already having an impact in that sense. And I'm not even sitting on the board of peace yet. Do you get it? Get it? Oh well, two can play that game. Now, let me come to President Putin. I've already exposed in a couple of my previous videos that President Putin is possessed by the devil Baphomet, and that he reached out to me in my dream state, in my dream state, trying to offer me help in my vulnerable time of loss and grief, because he wants to trap me and my soul for this devil Baphomet, because he wants to make me a human sacrifice too for this devil Baphomet, and he wants to trap my soul for this devil Baphomet. And I already said in a previous video that will never happen. But President Putin is still at it. He's sent a lust demon at me now. An incubus. Tsar. Now, I did look it up, and there's a fictional character, with that was showing up on Google search. But some of these fictional characters are not very fictional. Some of them are real. Because some of the fiction is based on reality, even if it is spiritual reality. President Putin, because you're watching me too, this is not the first lust demon that has been sent at me. And this is not the first incubus or succubus or any other kind of lust demon that has been sent at me. And so what? What do you think this lust demon is gonna do to me? Nothing. It cannot do anything to me. Capiche? And now that you're coming after me spiritually and energetically, and in the spirit like this as well. This is spiritual warfare with you too now, President Putin. And I'll be coming for you in the spirit as well now, because all of this is going to be backfired on you. Back onto you, President Putin, by God and by the universe and by the universal forces that work with me. So, buckle up and brace yourself for the impact, President Putin, and for the backfire. I don't know why you people are not getting it just because you're sitting in power positions like, oh, I'm a president and I'm this and I'm that. You're not above God. You're not above the universe. And this devil Baphomet that you worship, the biggest devil here on planet Earth, is nothing in front of me. He's just a puny little creature in front of me. And in front of God, and in front of the universe, and the universal forces that work with me, and that have my back. And I've been saying this in my previous videos for a very long time now, but I guess you missed all those videos. Because you don't want to do any homework on me. Because you think, oh, you're all powerful, almighty. You want to play God. This devil Baphomet, this biggest devil here on planet Earth, is nothing in front of me. He cannot do anything to me. And when he himself cannot do anything to me, then what a lust demon is gonna do to me? You are all out of it. That's enough for this one. I'm out.